Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game in Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt and we're at Sousa Complex for what could be the game of the season. New York Renegades and Lansdowne Yonkers meet for the first time in a mouth-watering matchup of two New York Goliaths. The stakes are a ticket to the US Open Cup. Tonight could conclude an extraordinary week for Renegades. On Thursday, they crowned themselves UPSL Northeast American champions for a third successive season, and victory this evening would send them to a first ever Open Cup. Qualification would be a remarkable milestone for a club founded only 5 years ago, but standing in their way is the toughest of tests in Lansdowne Yonkers. Lansdowne are the old kid on the block next to the Renegades. They've qualified for 4 Open Cups in the last 8 years, are the current reigning EPSL Metropolitan Division champions, and quite simply, are very hard to beat. The fact these two teams have never met before deepens the intrigue, but this is not Renegades' first meeting with an EPSL side this season. In the second round, they bested the Greek Americans in a 4-3 epic. The Greeks drew against Lansdowne earlier in the EPSL calendar, so the signs point to another enticingly close cup tie. But one thing we can be almost certain of is goals. The Renegades have got probably the most potent attack in the Northeast semi-pro soccer scene right now. They've scored 47 goals in their last 8 games. Francis Renou is the top scorer in the entire UPSL with 28 goals. Flanked by Sebastian Ruiz and Alex Pallas tonight, it's enough to make any defender writhe. Lansdowne themselves have not failed to score this season across all competitions. They already have 9 in 2 Open Cup games. Ali Dawa is the danger man to watch up front. If Lansdowne do find themselves penned in at times by Renegades' possession game, Dawa's pace could prove invaluable in the counter-attack. And we do have our expected starting 11s this evening. Head coach of Renegades, Christian Chorizo, is going to go with their typical 4-3-3, but a few changes to the side that beat Braveheart on Thursday. Eric Edwards, of course, in goal as always. He made a really important stoppage time save to see Renegades over the line on Thursday night. In front of him is going to be Jovan Wag and Samuel Caceres, who has already provided one moment of cup magic with his stunning goal against the Greeks in the second round. And he also scored his first goal of the UPSL League season on Thursday as well. Quite a time to find it. Ended up being the match winner. Christian Garcia will start on left back. Dylan Woods as usual at the right back. Milton Campos, as we have a big biker gang going by. I'll have to start live streaming that one day. It's very loud, very exciting. But Milton Campos will be defensive midfield. Oscar Rivas in front of him as usual, but one change, quite interesting. We have not in the starting lineup this evening, the usual Matthew Carriel, Angelo Quintanilla, who's regularly started in the front 3, instead sitting back in the centre midfield alongside Rivas. Alex Pallas gets a deserved start. He scored twice in the Open Cup already, coming off the bench. He'll start on the right wing. Sebastian Ruiz on the left wing. Francis Renou, the top scorer, leading the line. And then for Lansdowne Yonkers, head coach Matt Kane opts for an interesting formation, a 3-4-3. Musa Danso, Del Pozzo and Jack Mohair, the back 3. They'll defend. Daniel DeMarco, the goalkeeper, in goal. And then Michael Gallagher and Hubert Ferrer sitting in front of them as the holding midfielders. James Boot and Liam Walsh our attacking midfielders. So it's almost a box shape centre of midfield, as it was explained to me at least, for Lansdowne. And then a front three of Kyle Galloway on the left wing, Khalil Smart on the right wing. And Lansdowne's top scorer this season, the signing over the summer, Ali Dower, leading the line. Well, this is the sort of encounter we can only dream of in the national semi-pro soccer scene. Two teams brimming with talent, brimming with competitive spirit. Strap yourselves in, folks. It should be a wild night between Renegades and Lansdowne. And we should be getting the national anthem in just a moment. I think we had a very quiet national anthem there, but one nonetheless. Hubert Ferrer and Samuel Caceres, the skippers. Renegades will be in the black. And Lansdowne Yonkers in their typical green and white. Lansdowne looking to qualify for the Open Cup for the fifth time, in their history. What a remarkable achievement. First time they qualified in 2016. And incidentally, they do have a man in the squad who was involved in all four of those qualifications, who's starting on the bench, the veteran Daryl Kavanagh. His brace in 2018 sent Lansdowne to the Open Cup. And Renegades looking to qualify for the first time in history. What a remarkable achievement it would be. Just 5 years old. And it would crown a truly momentous week for them. It's a bit of cup magic on the line for both sides. Ali Dower will get us underway here. And we're off. Is it a fifth for Lansdowne or a first for Renegades? Both considerable milestones in their own right. And both will have to be very hard earned to make it a reality. Lansdowne starting early in the attack. Here's Khalil Smart, wriggling and turning and winning a corner kick inside the first 30 seconds. Musa Danso, who is certainly the biggest man to aim for in a green and white shirt, making his way up from centre back. It's going to be an outswinger. It's a dangerous ball. Looked like it was Rivas who cleared the lines. And then hammered forward. Rances Renu will scamper after it for a first time. One-on-one, Rances Renu look to cut it inside, and Renegades will have a corner kick. That's quite a promising start to the tie for a neutral. Corner kick at either end with inside 70 seconds. I think it was Jack Moher who found himself alone against Renu. Did well to hold him up. Oscar Rivas to deliver. It's a floated ball. Too high for anyone to really make much of it. Gallagher. Hubert Ferrer. There's a very steady base of Lansdowne's midfield. Moher. Of course, this is now in the early stages of Matt Kane's second season in charge of this Lansdowne's team, and he really has changed a lot of the playing style, much more possession-based. And all his plans came together wonderfully in the previous campaign. They went into the winter break just behind the Pan Cyprian Freedoms, but in spring 2024, they dropped almost no points and steamed to the silverware. But this perhaps their greatest test yet, Lansdowne, at least in recent times. Renegades are in such good form. I mentioned before the game the frightening goal-scoring stats. There's actually been a change for Renegades, it looks like, positionally. We've got Dylan Woods off, and instead Francesco Flores starting at right back. Oh, excuse me, actually, I can see Dylan Woods as well. So we're trying to figure out who exactly Woods is starting in place of. He might be in that front three alongside Rances Renu, which means, and that looks like it is indeed the case. So Alex Pallas has been switched back onto the bench. One by Renegades there. Ali Dawa. The idea was right by Liam Walsh, but slightly off with the technique. Samuel Caceres. It's a good ball up to Oscar Rivas, who heads it on to Rances Renu, who went down a little too easily, and the referee not being fooled. Flores, Dylan Woods. Right up towards Rances Renu. Danso certainly has quite a height advantage. in a bit of a corner at the moment, the big centre back, and forced to put out for a throw in deep in Lansdowne's half. Well worked out by Renegades. There's Jovan Wag. Garcia. Fortunate that ball ricocheted back to Wag. He's going to drill it cross-field towards Dylan Woods. Well won by Del Pozo, who was hoping for a free kick. I think he probably should have. Instead, Lansdowne got the throw in, which I also think wasn't the correct decision. But such is life. They evened out in the end. Ferrer. James Boot, who transferred over to Lansdowne from the Pan Cyprians in the summer and has been a regular in the attacking midfield spot for the Irish side. Dylan Woods. Caceres. Floating up towards Sebastian Ruiz, his first real involvement here. Jack Mohair knows his threat all too well, having faced him in a Pan Cyprian shirt. And actually, interestingly enough, the two went head-to-head a few times in that contest about a month ago. It's one of the lesser moments of combativeness, though. That game ended up with 3 red cards, neither of those two receiving them. But I'd say that evening, Mohair overall stood the test of Sebastian Ruiz well. But Renegades gallivanting number 7 just needs one slip up, and he punishes ruthlessly. Walsh working out wide to Smart. Mohair into Ferrer. Lansdowne struggling a little bit with Renegade's high press. And it's turned over for the hosts. Dylan Woods. Inviting Flores forwards. Kyle Galloway coming back to help Del Pozo. Galloway squeezed out by 2 black shirts. Oscar Rivas. 2 goals to Rivas' name already in the Open Cup, scored in the second round against the Greeks of Brace. Dylan Woods showed a little bit too much to Del Pozo with his first touch. But Flores getting the loose ball, good burst of pace by Del Pozo there to keep up with him. And then it's turned over. Sebastian Ruiz. Danso did just enough to force it out for a corner kick. Lansdowne playing with fire. DeMarco opted for the short option, piled the pressure onto Mohair. Danso very quick with his reaction. Second corner kick of the evening for New York Renegades. Rivas whipping it in. Danso sticking closely to Wag. Kept alive by Quintanilla. And popped back in again by Flores. Mohair got a touch to it. Lansdowne will get the throw in, but decent bit of pressure for New York Renegades. So just past the 10-minute mark here. Eric Edwards, a Jamaican goalkeeper. They made a few important saves to deny a late comeback from Braveheart in the UPSL Northeast American final on Thursday. It's an absolute nail-biter, the finale. Truthfully, Renegades probably should have sealed it. They had a really good chance to make it 3-0 with about 15 minutes to go. They missed it, and football being football, Braveheart pulled one back with about 10 remaining and drew a really good late save from Edwards. That game rightfully is being named the El Clasico in the New York soccer scene. It's always a very entertaining contest between those two. Dan So. At DeMarco. Ruiz turning it over for Renegades. Oscar Rivas, that's a smart first touch. And then Flores took a big coup for it, not too much on it. Moher with a difficult ball. Campos turned it over, but couldn't thread it through to Renu. Ali Dawa. It's turned over by the Renegades press. Oscar Rivas. Woods on his right. Rivas holding off the attentions of Gallagher. Forced backwards, good defending by Gallagher. Campos going for the crossfield ball. Moher hasn't dealt with it. It's Sebastian Ruiz. Quintanilla. Garcia stopped by a brilliant Moher tackle. And then there was a tug on the shirt of Garcia. Lansdowne are struggling to get out of their half at the moment. Renegades have really squeezed the balls into the midfield. Caceres. It's a take no prisoner tackle by Danso. He did get the ball. No complaints by Quintanilla. Khalil Smart, that's sharp bit of football initially by Lansdowne, but Milton Campos doing the defensive work well. Moher dealing well with Ruiz. Flores. Ruiz now on the right side, and he's Del Pozzo's problem. Quite a tricky problem. He's one-on-one here, Ruiz, and Del Pozzo standing him up really well. Patient with the tackle. And got all the ball when he made it. So had to summarise his first 50 minutes. Renegades on top, but Lansdowne's defence so far not really giving them anything to play through. The Irish side have won their 1v1 duels thus far. That wasn't a great switch toward Moher, but Moher doing well to help it down the line. Javon Wag. Wag switches it out to Caceres. Flores into Dylan Woods. Del Pozo coming up good again. Caceres. Little space here for Quintanilla, couldn't bring it under a spell. And then Dylan Woods judged to have fouled Del Pozo to get that ball. And guys, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag to save athletes and their nearest and dearest from smelly footwear after the game. The Aircase block smell using anti-microbial technology. You can learn more about it and place your order by clicking the link in our play bar on gameandframe.com. Keep it fresh. James Boot. Got the ball back from the wide tackle. Ferret. That's a lovely little feint in the middle by Walsh, but he ended up running into traffic. Garcia winning it. And he set away Sebastian Ruiz. Mohair with him. And Mohair doing well once again. And the two again having a little off the ball. Chest to chest rather than head to head like the last encounter. But certainly worth keeping an eye on that. And Mohair doing really well. Didn't let Ruiz turn him inside out. It's going to be another Oscar Rivas in swinger. Towards that far post. Slightly too high for Wug. And Galloway's going to test the legs of Caceres. And then he got away from Quintanilla. And the referee is going to give the throw to Renegades, judging no contact by Quintanilla. I think what probably happened there was Quintanilla threw himself into it. He got nowhere near the ball. And Galloway had to hurl himself over the legs. May not have been contact, but I think given the way he just dived into Galloway's space there, there's no way Galloway could continue running. A little surprising, it wasn't a free kick. Ranu flicking it on and Quintanilla down the other end looking to cause mischief. Neither keeper has had to make a stop yet as we approach the 20-minute mark. Again, I remind everyone, both these sides have no problem scoring. It's got a very tight feeling in this contest. Previous round was relatively routine for both sides, well, particularly for Renegades. They steam past Leros with a comfortable 6-0 win. Lansdowne Yonkers also very comfortable. Meeting Zoom Snyder 3-1, they were 3-0 up before, oh sorry, it's Super even. Oh no, it was Zoom Snyder, and Zoom Snyder scoring a late goal to come back from 3-0 down. Here's Kyle Galloway helping it back. It took an awkward little bounce ahead of Eric Edwards, but he judged it well. Dylan Woods playing Rivas under a bit of pressure, but he doesn't mind that. Oscar Rivas one bit. Lovely interchange between those two. Rivas away from Ferret, and Rancis Renu offside. That was very, very tight. I think perhaps just half a step. Nothing more than that. At least with Danso, but Renu arguing that Mohair on the far side he was in line with. He was watching the line very closely, Rancis Renu. Renaud called fondly by his teammates El Todo, which for those of you whose Spanish is as bad as mine, I did not study it well despite 5 years in a boys' school. It means the animal, and he certainly hunts his goals down like an animal. 30 goals in all competitions. 2 in the previous round of the Open Cup. Here's another man who likes to score, Ali Dower chasing after it. Wag was alert to the danger. But these last 5 or so minutes have been more positive from Lansdowne. They were just starting to get a little stuck in their own half. But it's felt more even. Francesco Flores trying to take a few too many yards. Caceres, the diagonal ball, a wonderful diagonal ball to Sebastian Ruiz. Caceres. Flores. Well read by Del Pozo. Oscar Rivas came over the back there of Liam Welsh. Well worked by Lansdowne. Ferret. Gallagher showed a little bit too much to Campos, but back again with Lansdowne. Ferret. Looking up towards Khalil Smart, took a flick on by Quintanilla, who did well on the second ball as well. Milton Campos didn't do well with that ball though. Ali Dower and Khalil Smart, really good defending by Christian Garcia, just to hold Khalil Smart off and shepherd it over the goal line. Uncharacteristically loose by Milton Campos. Oscar Rivas helping on cleverly to Quintanilla. He searched towards Sebastian Ruiz. He's in the penalty area. Renaud with him. Oh, the pass was searching for Renaud, slightly off target. Renaud was off balance too. Caceres sends the ball back where it came from. I tell you what, Lansdowne's back three have been faultless thus far. Liam Walsh surging forwards, crunching tackle with Caceres. And the referee's going to rightfully halt that because that was quite a nasty collision. Oscar Rivas was coming in behind Walsh, and I think he slightly nudged Walsh into Samuel Caceres. And there's some concern here, the physio being waved on. Thankfully, both players are moving. But you just hope that Walsh didn't get a knock on the head there. And indeed Caceres too. I think, at least on the speed that happened, it looked to me as if Walsh's head maybe collided with Caceres' chest, but see what Caceres is holding. Well, my hair is sitting up. Caceres still on the ground. And guys, if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, follow us at Game and Frame. We're the home of Northeast grassroots soccer live streaming over 400 games a year. From Philadelphia to New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, Westchester. And we have Goal of the Month competitions and much more on Instagram. Hope you'll give us a follow. So Liam Walsh up on his feet. Caceres sitting up now. Renegades certainly do not want to lose their captain this early in the contest. He's on his feet. Be interesting to see what exactly is it that Caceres is saying. He's actually limping, so it does not look good at all. So I wonder if actually Walsh inadvertently, after being nudged, either trodden him or done something worse to Samuel Caceres. You can see he's trying to get it moving again freely, but this looks very dicey for Renegades captain. The coach, Teresa, might be forced to make an unwanted early change. For now, Dylan Woods will drop into the back four. Where Francesco Flores going at centre back. And Jack Moore, or even Liam Walsh, excuse me, waiting to come back on, and he's been waved on. So at the moment, temporarily, it's 11 versus 10. But that might not hinder Renegades. Renou with his first sight of goal. Runs his Renou, goes down, penalty Renegades. And in a flash, the Honduran springs into life, and the referee has a big decision here to make about Daniel DeMarco. I think he should be all right with double jeopardy. Lansdowne totally switching off on the restart, and that's all that Rances Renou needs, a glint of goal. He sprung the offside trap. And this further delay also buys Renegades more wanted time to see if Samuel Caceres is going to be able to continue or whether they need to sub him. What an opportunity. And Oscar Rivas, who scored twice in the Open Cup already, will be the man to take it. So we approach the 30-minute mark. He rarely loses his cool, Rivas. This could give Renegades the lead in a potentially historic night. Oscar Rivas, saved by DeMarco, and Lansdowne survive. DeMarco guessing right, it was a comfortable height by Rivas. And what a lift for the Irishman. And not to take too much away from DeMarco, but truth be told, it was not a very good penalty by Rivas. Didn't have enough power. And was the perfect height for DeMarco, who did very well, to be fair, to punch it away from the goal to prevent Rivas seizing on a rebound. Actually, Daniel DeMarco is now down after that save. What an action-packed few minutes. And incidentally, it doesn't look as if Samuel Caceres is going to come back on. And I'm not sure if maybe that injury for DeMarco was the second ball when Rivas was trying to get the rebound. The linesman said something to the referee. Samuel Caceres has waved on. And yeah, I think DeMarco is injured from a collision with Rivas, and Oscar Rivas is going to get yellow for that. So a horrible 2 minutes for him, and also Milton Campos. I'm not. Honestly, I'd have to watch it back. I'm not sure both of them double teamed DeMarco there, or it was one of them and the other had descent. Well, it could have been a moment of joy for Renegades, but instead it's fallen like a lead balloon. Penalty saved and 2 yellow cards. Samuel Caceres is back on and he's going to restart us here with the drop ball. It's going to be very interesting to see how both sides react to the penalty miss by Oscar Rivas. Does it pick Lansdowne's tails up? How do Renegades react? That's a really wild tackle by Del Pozo, and he's going to add his name to the book. Can't have any complaints about that. Leapt in. Studs were almost on Dylan Wood's knee there. Three yellows in the space of 2 minutes. Renegades, faithful fans looking to boy on their side. Rivas will take the free kick. Switch crossfield, Christian Garcia. Quintanilla, sharp turn, Quintanilla. Musa Danso cut it out. Rances Renu was waiting behind him. It's another corner for Renegades. Rivas floating it in. It's not a good corner, right? There's the penalty area. Dylan Woods on the seconds. And then Kyle Galloway doing really well to win Lansdowne a free kick. Or actually, nope. It's a corner kick for Renegades, I think. Let's see, a bit of confusion between the linesman and the referee. I think the linesman was waving to signal a corner kick that the ball had crossed the line. Did look like there's a little shove on Galloway in there too. Rivas will take again. Going to be an outswinger. And again, it's just too much on the ball by Rivas. Corner kicks have been disappointed by Renegades. They've had 5 or 6 and none of them have caused Lansdowne any trouble. Here's Ali Dower. Gallagher. Ferrer. Khalil Smart. The ball was too heavy by Ferrer. Well, guys, make sure to tune in to GameandFrame.com on Tuesday night. We're going to have Fricka Cup action between Central Park Rangers and Leros. The winner of that will play Lansdowne in the final. Here's Dylan Woods, one-on-one with Del Pozo, who once again wins his 1v1 duel. Brilliant tackle though by Oscar Rivas. Then Boot throwing himself in. It's heating up. It looks like Liam Walsh again down on the ground. He's really struggling by the looks of it. Actually, it's not Walsh, excuse me. I think it might be Michael Gallagher. It's quite hard to see the Lansdowne numbers, the back on dark green and white shirts. Hoping they'll put white squares on the jerseys next year. Help us out with the numbers a bit, at least where the numbers are. We'd not dream of changing the green and white stripes. Quite a few injuries these last few minutes. It's actually Jack Mulhare. He came all the way over from right centre back. And Mulhare is going to limp very gingerly to the touchline. Someone warming up on the Lansdowne bench. Big loss if he does have to be subbed off, Mulhare. He's been very astute against Sebastian Ruiz thus far. Play resumes. Renew got clipped by Michael Gallagher. Mulhare is going to return. Quintanilla to serve it up in the final 5 minutes of normal time in this first half. Swung in low, met at the near post. Quintanilla again. Hopeful ball towards Sebastian Ruiz, nothing more than that. Dylan Woods chasing the ball down like a terrier. Renew clever. Look at that for a spin. And then Quintanilla, feeling he should have had a foul, the referee emphatically waving him up. Ali Dawa. Good recovery by Dylan Woods. He never stops running, Dylan Woods. Caceres. Ali Dawa got that ball first. And Liam Walsh will come forward. Galloway on his left. It wasn't the best of balls by Walsh. Too much on it. Forced Galloway wider. Wag got a sight of the ball. Be a corner kick for Lansdowne. Galloway to deliver. Well, not a good delivery, straight into the hands of Eric Edwards. All the corners have been underwhelming from both sides so far. Quintanilla will look to start the counter-attack. Cutting inside. And switching it, well played by Quintanilla. Garcia. Sebastian Ruiz. Taking on Jack Mohair and beating him this time. Cuts back, Ruiz, Oscar Rivas, off of Danso, appeals for a handball, Milton Campos on the rebound. Well wide. Well, that would be an interesting one to watch back. If it did hit Danso's hand, I'm not sure there's a lot he could have done about it. Rivas really got a lot of connection behind it. Danso over as if he's been hammered in the stomach. A sharp break by Renegades. And if you're just joining us, guys, although it's goalless, Renegades missing a penalty on the half-hour mark. Oscar Rivas denied by Daniel DiMarco. Hasn't really been many chances other than that to speak of. That blocked by Danso to deny Rivas, one of the better ones we've had. Both sides have defended very well. Del Pozo. Ferrer. This is Renu buzzing at his heels. And then Ferrer had the slightest of flicks at Renu. The referee coming in very quickly and actually giving Renu a talking to. Not sure if he left a leg in there in the afters. Well marshalled there, the referee. Khalil Smart. Wasn't the right pass. Quintanilla. Oscar Rivas. Surrounded by green shirts. Ali Dawa brings it away. Good recovery by Rivas. He finds Dylan Woods. That's a good press again by Lansdowne. Dylan Woods, another familiar adversary for Lansdowne, playing for the Pan Cyprians too. Kyle Galloway. Swinging in an interesting ball. Khalil Smart leaping for it. Important header by Garcia. It's a fraction ahead of him. And Sebastian Ruiz there to do the defensive work. And then it's lost by Lansdowne, and Ruiz will surge forwards. Renu with him. Dylan Woods on the left, but Ruiz with a loose touch. How often do you say that? The game's starting to open up in the final minutes of the half. Sent towards Ali Dawa. The gap was there, but the pass too heavy by James Boot. Right, says Renu. Should get a foul there. And rather incredible he didn't. Ali Dawa. Then Galloway clattered from behind by Rivas. And that was the Stonewall free kick too. Rivas absolutely cleaned out Galloway before he took that ball. I mean, it balanced itself out, the two poor calls, because Renault certainly should have had one on the other end, I thought, a second ago. But strange decisions. Ali Dawa. Caceres putting him off. Imagine we're going to get a few more minutes of stoppage time with the injuries. Help down the channel. Ruiz and Moher racing for it. Ruiz is always going to win that race. Ruiz towards the byline. Sebastian Ruiz takes a deflection and goes past the near post. Corner kick. And since Moher got that knock, he has really struggled to keep up with Ruiz. Been beaten twice now on the far side. Oscar Rivas has been underwhelming thus far with the delivery. Can he cook up something better this time? It looks more promising. Bounced perilously in Lansdowne's box. But they survived, and Kyle Galloway will hoof it clear. Dylan Wood's not taking any chances in the final minutes of the half. Hubert Ferrer. Gallagher gives it to Moher. Ferrer. Khalil Smart. Ball was slightly behind his boot. And Quintanilla. Lansdowne a little short at the back. And here comes Milton Campos. Stands so close and down really well. Ball was slipped inside. Sebastian Ruiz will get the seconds. Can Renegades fashion out a chance before the half-time whistle? Samuel Caceres, who can certainly hit them. He lets that one fly. He almost did it again. Just for a second, I thought he had nestled it into the top corner in almost identical fashion to a month ago against the Greeks. But we did not have a blockbuster finish to the first half. It's goalless. Oscar Rivas missing from the penalty spot. And it was a half a few chances, both sides defending well when they were called upon. Renegades having a few half chances. That was the closest they came there, other than the penalty save by Samuel Caceres right at the end of the half. But it's very finely balanced right now, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spacious shot! It's magnificent by Spalding! Sebastian Ruiz. Look at that for a nutmeg, Olé.
Brown has to take his time and hold it up. Spreads it wide for Yvonne, shooting chance for Yvonne. Oh, what a finish that is! Pick the top right corner with absolute ease from Yvonne.
How's your bottle?
Oh, it's saved by the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper on goalkeeper crime. Youssef takes a man, cuts in, shot, golazo! Youssef Afif with a goal of the night. Oh my God!
At least the ref is being consistent, not calling one thing or another. Easy boy breaking some ankles. Merchant. Educated touch. Kugler spots the goalkeeper off his line. He lifts it. And it's in! A miraculous goal by Kugler. Unbelievable idea and more so importantly, unbelievable execution.
A little wayward for this touch. And then that's a crunching tackle between James Tristino and Callagher. Both of them getting up to their feet very quickly. That was bone shattering.
See some runners in behind. It's Kapaka who can't get it. It's Jansen who curls it. An acrobatic save.
Lansdowne back on it. Playing through the middle here. Nice combination play to find Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh through to Ali. Great, beautiful play there from Lansdowne.
Work. But then there's a mess made by McCarthy. We could see an equaliser here. The race is on. Oh, it's an ingenious little flick in. Neme, off balance, looked as if the angle had just gone against him. But pirouetting in the air, he got a heel on it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Sousa. The referee's just making their way into the field. It looks as if we are going to have one substitution. We'll see whose number it is on the board. Well, they may just be change that board for no. It looks like we do have a change. So Matthew Carriel, the midfield maestro for Renegades, has come on. He's replaced Milton Campos. Two very different players. Campos physical, box to box, whereas Carriel's more like a Xavi, diminutive but incredibly technical, can spin out of the tightest of spaces. Other than that, the side's unchanged. And right says Renault will kick off this second half. Off we go for this second half. Renegades frustrated from the spot by Daniel DeMarco, and then they came very close in the final kick of the first half. Once again, Simon Caceres with a beautifully hit strike, nearly the mirror image of the one he scored against the Greeks in Renegades' first Open Cup game this season. But it was a whisker wide. Hard to believe that between all the goals both these sides have scored this season, we're not going to find a goal in the 90 minutes. But of course, if we don't, we'll have 30 minutes of extra time. Ferrer. James Boot with dancing feet. Stopped by Rivas. And Liam Walsh had his hands on the back of Oscar Rivas. Trevor Crossfield towards Dylan Woods. His first touch was a little loose. Helped up towards Kyle Galloway, but that's the Dylan Woods power right there. Loses it, sprints back 50 yards, and immediately wins it back. Del Pozo just pulling up his socks for a second. Play still going on. Interesting, Renegades choosing not to press. Now Rances Renault will scamper after it. Ruiz waiting for it in the middle. Renault, that was not a bad ball. Ruiz didn't gamble. He will keep it in. Garcia. Oscar Rivas. Carry out. That's a clever little dink, but too much on it for Garcia. I'll tell you what, if Ruiz had been on the same wavelength there as Renault, it was a certain goal. And it looks like Renegades midfield shapers switched with Rivas now in the holding position in place of the withdrawn Campos. Here's Renault. Dylan Woods driving forwards. Forced back by Del Pozo, who was excellent defensively in the first half. Won almost all his 1v1 duels. Thrown in. Rivas let it run across his body. And Ali Dawa will bring it under his spell. Galloway. 3 white shirts, green and white shirts making their way into the penalty area. Galloway jinking and turning but unable to beat Francesco Flores. I spent so much time in the pre-match building up the attacking talent. I forgot to tell you how good both defenders are, but Rances Renu has skinned Danso there. Renu saved by DeMarco. Ruiz will get the rebound. Sebastian Ruiz. Mohair in the way. Oh, that was a good chance for Rances Renu. 30 goals to his name this season. He couldn't add to the formidable tally. DeMarco's second big save of the night. Right, excellent tackle by Garcia. Carry out down the channel, and Ruiz was offside. I think that was the right call. Danso stepped. But that was a very revealing moment as well between Moussa Danso and Renu. Just the way Renu totally skinned Danso for pace. Just illustrates that Lansdowne cannot afford to leave the big centre-back alone with Renu if there's any space in behind. Pozzo. Ferrer. It's turned over by Quintanilla. Dinking it over, Renu surging in behind. Rances Renu, is this the moment? Too heavy with his touch. It's a rare day when Rances Renu gets behind the defence 3 times and doesn't find the back of the net. But it's happened. But you feel like Renegades have got Lansdowne's number at the moment. The quick balls from midfield and behind. Just have upped the tempo a bit from their usual more possession-based style. Caceres has lost the ball there. It's helped on to Ali Dawa. And Dawa got it between the legs of Wag, but Garcia over to cover. And then he got caught late by Dawa, and I could hear a shout from here. And then James Boot kicked that ball, I think deliberately, into Garcia. I think that was nothing more than theatrics from Garcia. It's moving absolutely fine now. And after all that palaver, we'll restart with a throw-in. Well, composed. It's a frantic few minutes, end-to-end few minutes at the start of this second half. And it continues. Sebastian Ruiz coming into the area. Renu waiting for it. Sebastian Ruiz. DeMarco cutting it out. It does feel as the frequency of these Renegades attacks persist. A goal will come. It's just too much quality up there for it not to, surely. Samuel Caceres. We're throwing for New York Renegades. And Lansdowne Yonkers are going to make their first change of the night. And it's the veteran, Daryl Kavanagh, who has been with Lansdowne in all 4 of their previous qualifications to the Open Cup. And whose brace in 2018 sent them to 1, who comes on. I think it was Liam Walsh withdrawn. We'll just have to confirm that shortly. Mr. Danso. Ali Dawa. Closed down well there, Dawa. Carriel coming away with it. Well, Quintanilla even. Searching ball towards Ruiz, shoulder to shoulder with Mohair, and Ruiz is going to have something to say about this, no doubt. Confirming it does appear as Liam Walsh withdrawn for Daryl Kavanagh. Quintanilla looking for the clever touch. He's helped out by Dylan Woods. One back by Lansdowne. Sebastian Ruiz putting in the work. Inviting Garcia forwards. And Garcia floating it towards the frame. And a couple of feet over the crossbar. I think that was a cross. I just mishit it. Another change being made here for Renegades. And Samuel Caceres, who is struggling with his injury, and looks like he's going to have to unfortunately be withdrawn. Hopefully nothing too long-lasting for Renegade skipper. Don't forget they've got the UPSL National Championships to look forward to. That perhaps is their biggest objective of the campaign, but they want it all. It's Kilmar Campos replacing Caceres. Daryl Kavanagh with his first touch. Got clipped there by Dylan Woods. Carriel. Wasn't a good ball. Ferrer. Searching for Ali Dawa on the reverse, but Ali Dawa totally at 6 and 7s there. Dylan Woods. Got caught late there by Ali Dawa, who tried to make amends, but has only earned himself a booking. Garcia. Floating up towards Renaud. Danso has the advantage there, and what a lovely bit of footwork by Ferrer. Exquisite footwork. Driven in by Smart. Ali Dawa brings it down. Wasn't the easiest to control. And now Renegades look to break. Here's Rances Renaud. One-on-one with Danso. Renaud over the crossbar. Wild effort. Mohair a little loose with the ball at the back. Ruiz wins it back. And Quintanilla towards the near post. DeMarco quick on the rebound. He had to be because Renaud was sniffing about. Such a narrow angle for Quintanilla, but he caught that one with a lot of venom. Not easy for DeMarco. He did well, the keeper, not to let that squirm through his body. About 30 minutes remaining of normal time in this intriguing, finely balanced cup tie. Renegades have had a couple of chances in this second half. Denied a few times by DeMarco, a few times by a lack of the final touch. But Lansdowne are still showing some threat as well. Khalil Smart takes a wicked deflection. Well, not enough pace to trouble Eric Edwards. It's Kilmar Campos. He might have gone the way of that. Or actually, I think Oscar Rivas took it right in the head, so the referee rightfully stopping play. Let me take this opportunity, guys, to remind you our broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic tonight. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag to save athletes and their nearest and dearest from smelly footwear after the game. The Aircase blocks smell using anti-microbial technology that makes for odour-free car rides and houses. Learn more about the Aircase and place your order by clicking the link below. Keep it fresh. Oscar Rivas is walking off the field, limping off the field. I think he might have taken that one right in the face, in the nose. Might have a bloody nose. So Renegades once again down to 10. They've got another player warming up on the bench. Play will restart with a drop ball. Eric Edwards is going to go route one. Gallagher. Cut out in the middle by Renegades. Sebastian Ruiz. Two green and white shirts trying to stop him. And just about doing so. Hubert Ferrer getting a toe on the ball. And worked up to Daryl Kavanagh. Almost caught a wrestling match with Matthew Carriel. Renegades still down to 10 at the moment. Oscar Rivas waiting to be waved back on. But then that's lost by Kilmar Campos. The pass didn't have enough power by James Boot to find Dawa. There was a gap there. Rivas finally being waved back on. Garcia. Well cut up by Del Pozo. The Renegades going to make another substitution here. It's Francisco Flores withdrawn. And by the looks of it, it's Jason Solano who's come on for him. So Rances Renault's gone to the right side, Solano in the centre forward position, and Dylan Woods now at right back. And here's Rances Renault, his first touch on the right side. Bounces in, Quintanilla. Forced backwards by the green and white wall. Floated back in, Solano leaping for it, got under it. And more here, early Lansdowne. A throw in. It's a good press by Renegades. They've won the throw in deep inside Lansdowne's half. Matthew carry out. Dylan Woods. Renault. Quintanilla heavy with his touch. And then that sliced horribly by Del Pozo, headed inside, chance for Renegades, Sebastian Ruiz! Over the crossbar. Oh, what a chance for Renegades to open the scoring. After all the good defensive work by Lansdowne Yonkers, they very nearly shot themselves in the foot, lost so sloppily at the back. Quintanilla and Solano combining beautifully to serve Sebastian Ruiz in a platter. And he leaned back as he let fly. And if Renegades don't progress, there's a couple of chances now that are going to really haunt them. The penalty save, of course, but that one as well. But Lansdowne again playing with fire. Tanso going down under not a lot of contact. And is this just starting to feel like one of those nights for Renegades? They've had the chances for an opener, they keep going begging. Quintanilla passes slightly ahead of him. And then Danso cleaned out Solano, and he might add his name to the book. He does. He did get, I think, some of the ball. But the referee judging he got the man first. Well, that was a dangerous tackle. And this is shooting range for Renegades. On the edge of shooting range, but certainly shooting range. Matthew Carriel, Oscar Rivas, and Rances Renault, the conspirators over the ball. It's a tall Lansdowne wall to try and beat, and a long way out. It's Carriel floating it towards Solano. Asking a lot of him to keep it in. He did successfully do that, but that set piece did not go to plan. Renegades will have to settle for the throw-in. Solano. Renou. Simple for Ferret. Carriel try to thread the needle there, but Rivas keeps it alive for Renegades. Sebastian Ruiz dinking it in towards Solano. Dancer with the first header. Renou sends it back into the mixer. Header clear by Khalil Smart. Oscar Rivas takes the deflection, and it was just a fingertip save round the post by Daniel DeMarco. I think it was either slightly mishit by Rivas or it took a little touch on the way, but either way, DeMarco was off put by the shot. And it was an absolute full stretch to tip that around the post. Renegades are knocking on the door hard, but still they cannot find a breakthrough. 20 minutes left here, or else we're going to extra time. Renou, headed up by Ali Dawa, and Sebastian Ruiz with an acrobatic attempt. Didn't have enough power to trouble DeMarco, who's still struggling a little bit. Daniel DeMarco, after making that save, stepping gingerly. That's one to watch. Matthew Carriel helping Renou forwards. What a brilliant tackle by Musa Danso. Had to get that just right. Solano almost giving a piggyback to Musa Danso, which is no small feat. Carry out, give and go with Oscar Rivas. Good step by Del Polo. Lansdowne could just do with a bit of possession out of their own half, but they're not going to get it. Dylan Woods. Renegades squeezing the Yonkers boys and starting to play their triangles. Carry out. Ruiz, Mohair all over him, and the referee's going to give a free kick. Carriel searching towards Garcia. Mohair was always going to have the advantage for that ball. Danso. Farah. Kavanagh finding Khalil Smart. Lovely pirouette to escape from Garcia. Kemar Campos, patient before he committed, doing really well there. Sebastian Ruiz, this time Mohair fair with his tackle. Worked in the middle for Lansdowne. But won by Quintanilla. Here comes Renegades again. Rances Renou. Just hasn't quite been his night so far. Kavanagh coming up with it. Lansdowne holding on to it a little too long. And Sebastian Ruiz chasing after it, but too much on the pass. Kavanagh. It's a sharp spin. Finds a teammate, positive touch forwards. Oscar Rivas holding strong. Francis Renou. And he's found Quintanilla. And Danso's held up strong. It's another corner kick for Renegades. 15 minutes remaining here at Sousa Orland and Cohen Complex. Renegades have had a couple of golden chances to buy their ticket to a first ever Open Cup, but none have sold. Here comes the in-swinging corner. Towards the near post. There'll be another corner kick. Given short this time, carry out. Gives it deep. Low shot towards the near post. Never going to trouble Daniel DeMarco. Kavanagh. Ali Dawa. Searching the ball towards Galloway. Both sides appealing. But Lansdowne getting the corner kick. Or actually thrown even right by the corner flag. They will get a corner now. Nervy moments here for Renegades. Swung in. Danso meets it. Kavanagh! Oh, he might have done it for Lansdowne again. Daryl Kavanagh, the hero before, who sent them to an Open Cup, may have bought Lansdowne their 5th ticket to America's oldest competition. 13 minutes left. Lansdowne Yonkers 1, New York Renegades 0. What a moment for Lansdowne's veteran. He sent them to the Open Cup with his brace in 2018. He's been a part of all 4 sides that have made the Open Cup in the past. He might have sent them to it a 5th time. Renegades don't have a lot of time to come back from this. 12 minutes remaining. Lansdowne Yonkers 1, New York Renegades 0. And that's Musa Danso, the target man, who set that chance up with a towering header. And Kavanagh couldn't miss from there. And Renegades will be ruining the chances they've missed tonight. But they still could salvage something, but they've got to be pretty sharpish about it. And if there's anyone who knows how to defend the lead, it's Lansdowne Yonkers. And then there's a dispute going on. I'm not sure what exactly was happening, but Lansdowne have ended up with the ball. And Lansdowne are going to make a change. Khalil Smart will be withdrawn. Galloway coming forwards. Lansdowne looking to seal the deal. Important touch, but Daryl Kavanagh on the rebound. He very nearly did it again. The whistle already blown. Matthew Carryout driving it along. Solano with the flick on. Rances Renu sensing a chance. Renu towards the near post. Saved by DeMarco. He's been outstanding tonight. And if Lansdowne do hold on to this lead, he's going to be a big reason. The penalty save, one of many. Oscar Rivas. Carryout. Sebastian Ruiz. That's floating. Great ball! Solano equalises for Renegades! And the cup dream is alive once again! They weren't behind for long. New York Renegades won. Lansdowne Yonkers won. Solano the super sub. Game on at Sussex and Curran Complex. He rose like a salmon. And he met it like a steam train. What a moment for Renegades, who might have felt it was just time to slip away from them. Oh, we have got a cup classic on now, ladies and gentlemen. Do not turn off your TV sets. This one is going all the way. I think it was Alex Pallas who's come on, who sent in that delivery. Have to just double check that, but what a ball it was in. And Rances Reno has got there ahead of Danso. Ruiz making his way in two. Reno lost his footing. Which way will the tide turn next? I would not want to guess. Kilmar Campos. Back to Eric Edwards. And confirming it was Alex Pallas. Once again, the super sub for Renegades. He's got 2 goals off the bench in the Open Cup and now an assist. And here he is again. Pallas towards the far post, searching towards Solano again. A fraction too high for him, but Jack Mulhale wasn't sure it was behind him. I think Renegades are playing with a front four at the moment, with Palace on 2. Corner kick with 6 minutes left of normal time. 2 goals in quick succession. Ruiz, dangerous ball. Danso with a critical header. Renu trying to help it back. It was a hairy moment for Ferrer, but he dealt with it very well. Carry out. Not a good ball to Oscar Rivas, but Rivas not giving up on it and doing really well. Oh, I thought he'd won a corner kick there. The referee didn't agree. There's Daryl Kavanagh. It's one in the middle by Oscar Rivas, Quintanilla. And there's a tug there on the shirt of Quintanilla. So Renegades at the moment, I think are playing with just about 3. Looks like it was Dylan Woods withdrawn for Alex Palace. And it's 4 up front. They want to win this one in normal time. I'm not sure when their first UPSL national playoff is scheduled, but obviously that will also be in the back of their mind. And they've played a lot of football already, having faced against Braveheart in that bruising Northeast Conference final of the UPSL on Thursday. Here's Sebastian Ruiz. A little bit too intricate there. And Cortez taking away, searching towards Ali Dawa, who's had a very quiet night thus far, but very nearly pulled out a sensational touch. As they're coming together of a few bodies. And then that was a late swipe by Daryl Kavanagh, and he might be in some trouble here. The whistle had gone well before. Referee's dropped his yellow card. He's got some sorting out to do here. That was a wild swipe by Kavanagh. And the referee has got a big decision to make here. I'm sure Kavanagh's going to see a card here. What colour? It's a yellow card for Michael Gallagher. And I think he's the only one who's got it. Maybe he made the initial tackle. My eyes might have deceived me, but for the one I thought it was Kavanagh who had that the swipe. Alex Palace back on his feet. And after all that, Lansdowne will get a free kick. Worked up towards Carl Galloway, or Kavanagh even, excuse me, who kept it in, floats it in, comes on the edge, important touch by Carroll. Galloway back with it, went down, no real thoughts of a penalty, a very half-hearted appeal. Excuse me. Hoofed up, Dancer with a towering header. And Quintanilla hopeful up towards Renault as well, offside. extra time is beckoning. And as a neutral, who wants this to end? And actually, looking at that far side for Renegades, I think Dylan Woods stayed on, and it might have been Christian Garcia withdrawn. So Dylan Woods on the right side of that back three, Kilmore Campos in the centre, and Jovan Wag on the left centre back. Quintanilla lost his balance. Ali Dawa popped it up. Kavanagh didn't give up on it. Hubert Ferrer. Danso, that's a brilliant ball to Galloway. Are we going to get some more late drama here? It's Daryl Kavanagh. Dylan Wood stood him up well. And the ball cleared out. Gallagher into Ferrer. Mohair. Danso. Ferrer. Mohair does well to keep it alive. And to me, it looks as if Lansdowne Yonkers have switched to a back four. So very interesting. Both sides have done a switch of their back lines. Lansdowne starting with the back three, and now the back four. Renegades starting with the back four, now with the back three. Sebastian Ruiz. Solano. Renegades here off the bench, who equalise very quickly in return for Daryl Kavanagh's opener. Kilmore Campos. We're already a minute and a half into stoppage time. I imagine we'll get a fair bit with all the delays. This is Sebastian Ruiz dinking up towards Solano. Danso's always going to be the favourites for those kind of balls, though. One back by Ruiz. Alex Palas. Ruiz into Oscar Rivas, and Solano saw the space in behind, but the pass was overhit by Oscar Rivas. And at the moment, Sebastian Ruiz is playing as a wing-back, and so is Palas when the Renegades are defending. He's not used to being asked to play that deep, Ruiz. It's lost by Lansdowne. Still something could happen here. Renu and Quintanilla! That was the chance to win it. Over the crossbar. He leant back, and he knows what a big chance that was. Renegades have been uncharacteristically lax in front of the goal tonight. Truthfully, they probably could have had 3 or 4 had they been a bit more clinical. The Lansdowne keep on giving this ball away. Renu. Sebastian Ruiz towards the far post. DeMarco got a touch in it, and for a tantalising second it looked as if it was going to fall to Solano with the goal gaping. It's given away by Lansdowne again. Carriel. Corner kick for Renegades. It's an absolute nail-biter in these final seconds. Everyone back for Lansdowne Yonkers. It's all hands on deck defensively. Floated in. Kilmar Campos. Sebastian Ruiz takes the deflection. And that is the end of a pulsating 90 minutes of football. We are going to extra time. Kavanagh scoring with 12 minutes to go. It looked as if he had sent Lansdowne through to their 5th Open Cup. But Solano, the super sub, rescuing the tie for Renegades, who then could have won it right at the end. But us neutrals get to enjoy another 30 minutes of this spectacle. And the Lansdowne and Renegades fan have to endure another agonising 30 minutes of squeaky bum time. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back shortly with extra time.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spacious shot! It's magnificent by Spalding! Sebastian Ruiz. Look at that for a nutmeg, ole.
Brown has to take his time and hold it up. Spreads it wide for Yvonne. Shooting chance for Yvonne. Oh, what a finish that is! Pick the top right corner with absolute ease from Yvonne.
How's your bottle? Oh, it's saved by the goalkeeper! Goalkeeper on goalkeeper crime.
Youssef takes a man, cuts in, shot, golazo! Yusuf Afif with a goal of the night. Oh my God.
At least the ref is being consistent, not calling one thing or another. Easy boy breaking some ankles.
Merchant. Educated touch. Kugler spots the goalkeeper off his line. He lifts it. And it's in! A miraculous goal by Kugler. Unbelievable idea and more so importantly, unbelievable execution.
A little wayward with this touch. And then that's a crunching tackle between James Tristino and Callagher. Both of them getting up to their feet very quickly. That was bone shattering.
See some runners in behind. It's Kapaka who can't get it. It's Jansen who curls it. An acrobatic save.
Lansdowne back on it. Playing through the middle here. Nice combination play to find Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh through to Ali. Great, beautiful play there from Lansdowne.
Work. But then there's a mess made by McCarthy. We could see an equaliser here. The race is on. Oh, it's an ingenious little flick in. Neme, off balance, looked as if the angle had just gone against him. But pirouetting in the air, he got a heel on it. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you got a little time to lower your pulses. There's a thrilling final 12 minutes of normal time. Both the goals came and Renegades really close to snatching at the end, and truth be told, on balance of chances, they certainly deserve to win that game in normal time. But they were wasteful in front of goal. Can they correct that now? Sebastian Ruiz driving forwards, cutting it back. Solano! Not the easiest of chances on the bounce. But he'll be disappointed he couldn't hit the target. And in all the excitement towards the end of the half, forgot to say that Ethan Homler came on for Lansdowne. He's on the right wing, and Patrick Burns is in at left back. Here is Homler, sporting the lime green boots. Right, this is Renegades, so Mahel even, excuse me, sticking closely to him. Really managed to get it in, but straight into the hands of Daniel DeMarco. Galloway just about able to retain possession. And Ali Dawa looking to get it away from Kamar Campos. It's been a quiet evening for Dawa. He was last season's EPSL Metropolitan Division top scorer for Hoboken FC. Lansdowne poached him, and he's their top scorer this season. He just needs one chance. But quiet so far this evening. Rances Renu looking to turn Mohair. Lovely touch. It was a tied pass by Renu, who's testing out the hamstrings. And obviously fatigue is going to really come into play as extra time progresses. You wonder who more for Renegades, excuse me. Remember playing against Braveheart on Thursday, and that game went right to the finish line. Not a lot of recovery time. Lansdowne Yonkers had a midweek Fricker Cup semi-final against Brooklyn City, which was a walk in the park. I believe that was on Tuesday. So they've had a bit more recovery time. Dylan Woods, he's going to concede the foul, and I think right call there. Went through Galloway to get the ball. And Galloway will take the free kick. Lansdowne's goal coming off of a set piece. Another good opportunity here. Everyone back for Renegades other than Rances Renou. Galloway searching ball. It was a headed clear by Wag. And Dylan Woods will intercept it. Alex Pallas asking for it and receiving it. And his legs are certainly still fresh. He's searching towards Rances Renou. What a block by Del Pozo. Patrick Burns giving it to Ferret. He dwelt too long on the ball, and the linesman, after a pause, awarding the throw-in to Renegades. There's a little bit of afters between Pallas and Ferret. Oscar Rivas. Carry out. Rances Renou. Sebastian Ruiz floating it in. Cleared out by Del Pozo. Homler. It's just a hopeful ball up there by Mohair. Carry out. Solano. He does well. And here's Sebastian Ruiz. He can run at Mohair. Ruiz onto his right foot. Sebastian Ruiz takes a deflection. And Rances Renou turning. Renou saved by DeMarco. Renou again. Too much on that ball to the back post. Pallas keeps it in. Towards the edge. Ruiz. Oscar Rivas. Pallas. Rivas. Pallas. And Lansdowne survive a flurry of blows. Daniel DeMarco must be approaching double figures for saves. Carry out. Renegades coming at the Irish visitors again. Renou coming into the area. Mohair recovered well, got something on the cross, and it's clutched gratefully by DeMarco. That's a good ball by Homler. I looked initially back. Wow, reading it well. Carry out. Dylan Woods. Pallas. And a hand was thrown in there by Patrick Burns. I don't think it was deliberate, to be fair to Burns. I think it was more just clumsiness. Palace made sure the referee was aware of it. And the referee giving that right in front of Lansdowne's travelling fans, who are eager to share their opinion in some colourful language. Sebastian Ruiz. Sebastian Ruiz. Renu. Palace. Really good press by Kavanagh. And Moher clears the lines, but Lansdowne are really penned in at the moment. It's waves of Renegades attacks. Sebastian Ruiz. Renu. It's another really good step, but Renu wins it back. And once again, Gallagher there. But once again, Lansdowne lose it. Ruiz. Carry out. Oscar Rivas. Well, that's an awful ball by Kilmore Campos. Kavanagh. He's got away from what? Driving it. Crossfield searching for Galloway. Dinner Woods with interception. Here comes carry out. He's searching for Solano. And Solano thought Renault was with him, but Renegade's top scorer, I think, feeling the effects of all the running, as many of these players are now, understandably. Kavanagh. It wasn't a well-executed ball. Quintanilla. Carry out. Couldn't find Solano. Kavanagh. Burns. It's a good ball down the channel. By Kilmore Campos. A match there for Gallagher, who is trying to catch his breath. Sebastian Ruiz. And Quintanilla. Renu onto his right foot. Rances Renu over the crossbar. Well, I think in terms of this game being a battle of two New York Goliaths, it has entirely deserved its reputation. A first meeting between these sides, it's been absolutely fixating. And there's still another chapter to be written here. Ali Dawa touching it back. Galloway in the area. And Kavanagh shooting it again. Really important touch by Quintanilla. And I think Kilmore Campos as well. Wow. Solano holds it up well. Oscar Rivas drives it diagonally. And Danso doing really well with that. Gallagher winning his duel. And he's looking for a run in behind by Ali Dawa. who had instead come short. Carry out. Sebastian Ruiz, he can go at Mulher again. Towards the byline. Mulher with a well-timed tackle. Corner kick for Renegades. As we tick towards the midway point of extra time. Renew will take the corner. Everyone back for Lansdowne once again. Swung in. Campos met it. And he went up with Musa Danso, and both of those players have had a clash of heads. And the trainer being waved on. And guys, reminder, in the middle of next week, we're going to have Central Park Rangers against Leros in the Werner Fricka Cup semi-finals. The winner of that won't be Lansdowne. Both players, thankfully, up on their feet again. We are going to see another change for Renegades. It's Quintanilla who's withdrawn. I believe that's Renegades' final substitution. And it's Jefferson Patino who has come on into the centre midfield. Danso is going to be helped off by the trainer. It's been a bruising contest. Danso, I think, is going to make his way back onto the field as quickly as he can. And he's beckoned back on the field, as is Kilmar Campos. Homla. Kavanagh chasing after it, and he went down. Feeling there was a clip on his heels by Ruiz. Referee unmoved. Carry out. Searching in behind for Solano. There'll be another corner kick for Renegades. This will probably be the final action of this first 15 minutes. Going to the edge, Matthew Carryout. Let's fly. Solano not far from meeting that one. Well, it found its way into Daniel DeMarco, who again is still moving gingerly. DeMarco. Something ailed him towards the end of the second half of normal time. Well played out by Lansdowne there. Gallagher searching towards Kavanagh. Kilmar Campos there to meet it. Then getting his feet in a muddle. Able to keep it. Oscar Rivas. Carry out. Renew. Two black shirts with him. Rances Renew. Wild effort. wasn't really on that near post. Tried to power it in, but well over the crossbar. And that's the final action of the first half of extra time. No goals. We'll be back with the second 15 shortly, guys. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spaceship shot! It's magnificent by Spalding! Scoreboard up. Hello everyone, welcome back. 15 minutes for these teams to try and separate themselves. We're off. Are we going to get a winner in these final 15 minutes, or will the terrible lottery of a penalty shootout be called upon? Renegades were on top in that extra time, as they were in that second half as well, but just could not find a way once again. Oscar Rivas. Oh, his teammates just waiting for it. Jefferson Patino looking for Solano. Solano brings it down, surging forwards. Solano, Renu! The flag's going to deny him. The flag is up. Oh, it looked tight. We're going to have to watch that one back. That looked very tight indeed. But the UPSL national top scorer denied his 31st goal of full season by the finest of margins. Renu turning, and then Danso had a clip, and I think Danso might be in some trouble here. That has to be a yellow card, surely. And also, I can't recall if Danso isn't a yellow himself. He's fortunate not to gone in the book first time or second time, either way it was. Nowhere near the ball. Carry on the set piece. Drives it in, crossfield, far post, Solano. Not far away. Lansdowne survive again. They are the great survivors, Lansdowne Yonkers. Remember, about a month ago, they played the Pan-Cyprian Freedoms with 9 against 11 for about 10 minutes and didn't concede. Ironically, it took the Pan-Cyprians going down 10 themselves in stoppage time before a late equaliser came for the Pan-Cyprians. Wow. Campos going back to Eric Edwards, who I honestly can't remember making a save in this contest. He's had very little to do other than pick the ball out the back of his own net a single time. And it's been his plight very often this season with Renegades' frequent dominance. Solano finding around, says Renu. Drives it back in. Solano lost his balance. And Patrick Burns thunders it away. Galloway. Kavanagh. There's space here on the right side for Homler. Well committed, and it was a good gamble by the Renegade centre back. Too much on the ball down the channel by Mohair. Solano flicking it on. Mohair. Ethan Homler. Cutting inside. Searching Valley. Dower. Kilmore Campos stuck very closely to him. Jefferson Patino. Sebastian Ruiz, he's made so many of these lung-busting sprints, but he's still got some gas left in the tank. Driving at Mohair. Sebastian Ruiz. Solano. And Renu! Saved by DeMarco! And he gathered it again before Solano could apply a finishing touch. What a night for DeMarco. Can barely stand. He's playing an injury quite clearly, but it has been a heroic effort in between the sticks by him. And Renu himself can barely stand. Neither can Danso. It's been 111 minutes of grueling cup action. Gloriously grueling cup action. Solano was a little late there on Ferrer. And then those two going together. And Solano had a swipe. And then he stepped on him. And Solano is going off the pitch here. That is an absolute moment of madness by Solano. Absolute madness. Solano has given Lansdowne a gift with 8 minutes left of extra time. Oh, he's the hero for Renegades with the equaliser, but he's turned into the villain with that moment. There's absolutely no excuse for that. And I imagine he's going to get quite a lengthy ban from the Federation for that. It's one thing to have a little swipe with a hand, but then to step on him was just disgusting, honestly. And whatever Farah might have done in the lead-up, there's no excuse for that, and he has totally lost his head on a big night for Renegades. Might not be enough time for Lansdowne to take advantage of it. Hubert Farah's legs must have been aching quite a lot before that tackle, but after being stepped on with the entire body weight of Solano, I imagine they're quite a bit more sore. He does get a yellow himself for his little tug in that altercation. Right, is Reno asking to look through the referee's notebook to just verify whether Farah might already have a yellow to his name. Well, that was a very ugly moment and what's otherwise been a compelling cup tie. Solano goes from hero to zero, and Lansdowne will have at least 8 minutes by my count. I think we're going to get at least 2 minutes of stoppage time to attack the 10 men of Renegades. Or else it's the penalty shootout. Farah back on his feet and moving again. Suppose Solano didn't sharpen his studs before he stepped on him. Mind you, with the pace Renegades have got up front, you can't entirely count them out and grabbing a late winner themselves here. And here's the paciest of the lot, Sebastian Ruiz. Dummying defenders by the triplets, but couldn't thread the ball past all of them. Homla. Well here. Homler again. He squeezed it past Woods. Wild came across, asking for a goal kick. He's not going to get it. Galloway will take the corner kick. Everyone back for Renegades. Whipped in, headed towards the back post and cleared out by Pallas. Then that's a loose ball by Gallagher. Pallas couldn't capitalise with his first touch. coming together between Patino and I think Patrick Burns. Referee not blowing in either way. Carry out. Sebastian Ruiz. Carry out. Ruiz. Goes back to Eric Edwards. Driven long towards Renault. And another controversial moment in the second half. X trying to course Renault's disallowed goal right at the start of the period. Called offside. Looked very, very tight in real time to the naked eye. Certainly want to watch back later. Here comes Galloway surging forwards. Given on the edge. Ali Dawa over the crossbar. And Dawa cramping after that. He's on the ground. Play's going to continue. Sebastian Ruiz. It's very difficult for Renault now. But Ruiz getting that second ball. Renault helping it on. Sebastian Ruiz. Throwing for Renegades. Lansdowne are going to make their final change of the evening. Ali Dawa can't move a muscle. He's going to come off. And it's Vila Cortez who's replaced him. Carl Galloway has gone into the centre forward position, it looks like. I'm not sure he's faring much better with the legs than Dawa. He's covered a lot of ground too. Dylan Woods. Ruiz looking to return it to Woods. Mohair reading the give and go. Galloway. Vilas Cortez surging up. Galloway opting to hold on to the ball. 3 minutes of stoppage time, that's the number. Can Lansdowne win this one at the death before the shootout? Homler. He's spun Dylan Woods. He's whipped it in. Galloway, clever flick, volleyed back in. Renegades clinging on by their fingernails. Gallagher's lost it to Renault, had a tug. Renault trying to play on, he's looking for the break, and the break is on now for Renegades. It's a 4-on-2. It was a really poor pass wide, but still they have numbers. Sebastian Ruiz, one-on-one with Danso. What an ending this could be. Sebastian Ruiz. Oh, it's blocked. The Renegades bench urging their tired teammates back. That was such a poor pass out wide for Renegades. It was better. They really did have a golden chance there. Oscar Rivas searching towards Ruiz. Ruiz. Renault's onside. Renault over the crossbar. Even down to 10. That Renegades front line still is so troublesome. But the one thing that's been lacking for them tonight has been the finishing touch. Gallagher. Galloway. Campos has misjudged that. It's Daryl Kavanagh who's gone down. And he didn't really make an appeal there, Kavanagh. That might be that. Less than 60 seconds remaining of the allotted stoppage time. Wagner's going to drive it crossfield towards Palace. Burns intercepting. The referee's going to wave back the throw in a little bit. Carry out. And so it goes to penalties. It's a cruel way to end a glorious cup tie. Some of the players can barely stand. They've given absolutely everything out there, but neither able to find the decisive moment in extra time. The dreaded penalty shootout beckons. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back shortly with it.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spaceship shot! It's magnificent by Spalding! Sebastian Ruiz. Look at that for a nutmeg, ole.
Brown has to take his time and hold it up. Spreads it wide.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Sousa Orland and Cohen Complex. I don't think either side would have wanted it to come to penalties. They both certainly pushed in those final minutes for a winner. But this is what it's going to take to determine whether Renegades, for the first time in their history, go to the Open Cup, or Lansdowne Yonkers do it for a 5th time in 8 years. And this was billed as the Open Cup qualifier of the weekend to watch. And it certainly lived up to that. If the first half was slightly lacking, other than, of course, the penalty saved by Daniel DeMarco, the second was full of chances, and of course the 2 late goals, and that extra time was just pure madness. Carriel is first on the chopping block. And I would feel that Lansdowne have the slight advantage mentally in this penalty shootout. Of course, Daniel DeMarco already making a save once, and he was just almost unbeatable in between the sticks, made so many saves throughout the game. Eric Edwards has had almost nothing to do. But it's all speculation when it comes to a player, a ball, and a single kick 12 yards out. Matthew Carriel, the number 10. Can he give Renegades first blood in the shootout? He tucks it in with venomous precision. Carl Galloway will take Lansdowne's first kick. He ran his heart out, Galloway. He has one more kick to make. Can he get it right? Over the crossbar! Renegades have the advantage after the first round of kicks. Edwards with a flummoxing dance. And Galloway lost his cool and blazed it over the crossbar. Sebastian Ruiz next. There's still a long way to go. He takes a deep breath. And tucks it just past DeMarco, who I think got something on that. And if Lansdowne can't score this one, they're in real trouble. Patrick Burns by the looks of it. Edwards again with the dazzling footwork in goal. Burns just got it underneath Edwards, 2-1. Francis Renou, 30 goals in all competitions this season, the top scorer nationally in the UPSL. But this could be his most important goal of the season. Or not. Was it ever in doubt? He sent DeMarco the wrong way. Not that it really mattered. I don't think he was going anywhere near that, even if he had gone to his left. And it's Michael Gallagher next in the chopping block. If he misses this, Renegades are very nearly home. Edwards saves it! The fairy tale is within Renegades' grasp. A single goal from the remaining 2 kicks will send them to their first ever US Open Cup. And it's Oscar Rivas, how poetic, the man who missed the penalty in normal time, who could get his ultimate redemption. Oh, it's hard to watch. The tension. There is so much here. This is a moment in history we might be about to witness. Renegades, the new powerhouse in New York soccer. Are they going to their first ever Open Cup? Redemption for Oscar Rivas! And a fairy tale ending to a fairy tale week for New York Renegades. They won the UPSL Northeast American Championship on Thursday. They've only gone and qualified for their first ever US Open Cup on the Sunday. Oscar Rivas showing nerves of steel, character to be admired, and he is the hero. What a night for Renegades, what a 4 days for Renegades. And ladies and gentlemen, you better get used to hearing that name. This team has propelled themselves into the centre of the New York soccer scene. They took the scalp of the Greek Americans, 4-time US Open Cup winners. They've now taken the scalps of Lansdowne Yonkers. And have they just laid claim to themselves as the best semi-pro club in the New York area? The only team they haven't failed is the Pan Cyprian Freedoms. Eric Edwards had his moment, and Oscar Rivas, what a relief man he'll be. And look at these scenes. These are the moments that make cup dreams. What an extraordinary night. Well, guys, don't go now. We'll see if we can get ourselves a post-match interview. And I have to say, these celebrations are even more jubilant than when they won the UPSL Northeast American Championship on Thursday. It is a big, big moment in Renegades history. They are going to the Open Cup. They did it the hardest way possible on penalties, but that won't matter one bit to them now. And guys, we will have an interview shortly once they've finished their celebrations. And look at that banner. So guys, we're going to be back in just a second with an interview. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
Hey guys, I'm here with Renegades president Boris Linares and the head coach Christian Turizo.
Yeah.
Boris,
Yes.
when you founded Renegades 5 years ago, in your wildest dreams, could you imagine in the space of 4 days you would win a UPSL Northeast American Championship and qualify for the US Open Cup?
Somehow I kind of imagined it because of the way this team has worked so hard. When we put it together, you know, as years started popping, we started just getting better. We brought in several other pieces here, including, you know, Christian Turizo, who's been very instrumental in the way he has coached it. My whole idea was to, you know, upend this whole thing. That's why we're called Renegades. And, you know, I think we took a step in that right direction today, you know, showing that, hey, we belong, you know. I know that, you know, it's hard to imagine a team in such little time has accomplished so much. But you know what? Honestly, watching this team work, you know, they've trained so hard three times a week, you know, working while, like I've always said, working while the other man sleeps. That's what they do. And it shows out there. You know, we have grit. I think this season we have even more grit. Like, you know, it's been, we're not going to quit, you know. You're going to have to really, really fight hard to beat us, you know. Like, I know that when we're ticking, and some of these games you have to grind them out, and it's a credit to the team, the family unity that we're showing here, under, Coach Turizo doing an excellent job, Coach Michael, and, this whole organization is doing well. We just, earlier today, the U13 won the Northeast UPSL. So shout out to them. They work hard. They see these guys work hard and they grind too, and that's what it's all about. So, not to take anything away from Lansdowne, I felt like we should have even put this game away during regular time. It's sometimes it happens. Some of our shots didn't go in, but the grit, the determination is there. And it has a lot to do with the coach, believing in the team, putting it together. And we go forward, that's our motto, is just win-win, and that's what we're trying to be about, win-win. The run is not over. As we want the UPSL National. We can smell it, we feel it, and we want it. So we're gonna try to get it, and that's what it's all about. And the competition, we love it. So. Yeah, it's all good. I like it. I like the way the team responds to adversity, which, that's a growing from last season, I have to say.
Yeah, I think it's a great point about the grit, because a lot of people, when they think of Renegades, they think very technical, play beautiful football, but can you get down dirty when you have to fight? And you guys certainly proved that tonight against about the toughest, most grittiest team out there.
Oh, yeah. We knew that it was going to be that. We talked about it before the game. Coach Turizo had a game plan. And, the whole point was we're not going to stop being who we are, as he likes to say. We're going to play our game. But if we have to play your game a little bit, too, we can show it, too, So, everybody said, yeah, they're going to push us around. They're going to beat us on that. I said, no, that's not going to happen. And Coach Turizo made sure that the team was ready for that kind of action. And like you just said, like, this team has grit. We can do it. We can win your way. We can win our way. Obviously, we'd like to play our way. We just didn't close out some of our chances. We'd have blown this game open. But hey, it is what it is, and we grinded it out. I'll leave it to Coach. If you got questions for Coach.
Yeah, appreciate your words,
yeah.
Mr. President. A remarkable evening. Coach Christian, this is the first time you guys have faced Lansdowne. Obviously, I'm sure their reputation precedes them. You knew what you were in for tonight. What was the game plan this evening?
The first thing I told the boys was, you're going to get hit. They're very physical. I played against them, and I've coached against them a few times, so I knew what we were going to get into. So I told the boys, don't fall in their game. Just play our game, keep our system, to keep the intensity high, and just capitalize. But, unfortunately, it was one of those games where in the first 15 minutes, I knew it was going to be tough for us to put the ball in the back of the net. But we kept a positive mind, and I said, listen, we went down 1-0 of a tough play, but the mentality that they kept those next few minutes made it count, because we came back in the game, tie, and then I think after that was just it was us most of the game. But we're just happy that it turned out our way. I didn't want to go into PKs because it could be for anyone, but I think the boys showed quality, and really the mentality was up there.
How proud are you of Oscar Rivas? So he had his penalty saved in the first half, and then he steps up and absolutely buries the winning penalty.
That's the mentality that I'm talking about. These guys are strong-minded, and I told them, you got to take a PK, as revenge right there. And I know the quality of player that he is. I know what he can bring to the table, and that one PK doesn't define him as a player. I know that what he could do. So I said, listen, you're taking the PK. Just that's, I don't like to call it revenge, but it's what you deserve. You deserve to get that winning PK, and it's worth it, and he deserves every second of it.
You guys now have a UPSL national run to look forward to, and a US Open Cup game for the first time in history. There's a lot of work to be done, so you're going to be a busy man. What's the focus now? Is it just resting and recovering after this bruising, like last 4 days, or when is your next playoff game as well?
this upcoming weekend. So we play. If we win Saturday, we play Sunday. So we have back-to-back games. It's going to be tough, but these guys are used to it. That's why I'm relaxed a little bit, because our guys are used to playing 3-4 games in the short amount of periods. So I think we should be okay. We just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep the same routine. Recover. Now send some of the guys that are hurt to the recovery. A movement underground that they go, and those guys do a great job with our boys. So we should just keep doing what we're doing, keep working hard. This week we take one day off. We're back Tuesday and just get ready for our next match. Which every game now is a final for us. So all the way through Nationals and then U.S. Open Cup, it's just gonna get tougher.
Well, Christian Boris, congratulations on an incredible night. I imagine you both need a rest. The emotions of these last 4 days and just these last 120 minutes, I can only imagine. Do you want us to speak to...
Yes, Edward.
Okay.
All right, have a good night.
All right, have a good night. Thank you so much, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations.
And the hero.
Eric Edwards, the man with the silky dance moves. Eric, I'll ask you first. Are those dance moves you done the penalty? Are those just limited to the football field, or do you have it in the club as well? Can you bring out those moves too?
Well, it's an everyday movement.
Everyday movement?
Yeah, it's an everyday movement for the guys. It's just my joy, my energy bring to the players, to push them. So it's just a part of me to always give that move, to move in the right direction. That's just me.
It was actually a pretty quiet night for you until it got to penalties. I'm not sure if you made a save, but then you ended up playing a decisive role. How were you able to mentally switch yourself really on for that penalty shootout and end up really putting someone off to miss and then making a save as well?
I mean, I've been doing this over years, so it's a part of me, just the mental side. And with one of my strengths, I'm mentally tough, so I'm always ready for whenever the task come at hand. So that's just me. I'll always be ready, no matter what.
Lastly, Renegades going to the US Open Cup. How's that make you feel?
I mean, it's a first for the club, and it's first for me, so it's a great achievement. Hats off to the boys. They did a great job. They did all their grind out. We got on to 10 man. We stay firm and come out and win the penalty. That show off of guts. So hats off to them, the management, the team, everybody.
Well, Eric, congratulations on the save. Congratulations on the win, and hope you can get some rest and sleep.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. And then, run me your name, young man. Angelo. Oh, Quintanilla. Yeah. So, Angelo, you played a lot of that game. It was an absolutely bruising fight in midfield. How mentally were you able to keep yourself at such a high intensity through the whole game?
I came with. It's a tough game, and I was happy, because I love these times like these games, because and it was my day today. I came with everything, I was happy and keep going like this, never stopping. We gotta keep going forward, and the same intensity. We don't stop, and that's it. Do our job in the middle. I mean, I never play middle, but it's my first time playing middle, so I have to, deal it with I have to do my job in the middle. So today was a really good game. I was happy, and that's it.
You guys had a lot of good chances to score the first goal. You didn't. Lansdowne scored with not very long left. Was there ever a moment there where you thought this just isn't going to be our night?
When they scored, I told the guys in the middle that we can't, only because they scored, we don't stop. It was a lot of time, and we never stop, and we keep going the same thing, the same intensity, and it happened to go, and we score, and it was a good game after 1-1. It was a perfect game.
Describe your emotions from these last 4 days, because you guys won the UPSL Northeast American Final against your rivals Braveheart on Thursday. You've made history tonight going to the Open Cup for the first time. How do you feel?
I feel so happy, for the club, for the players, for the president too. That he won the best for us, and we got to keep going. We don't stop and go higher, little by little, and that's it.
Fantastic. Well, Angelo,
thank you, man.
Well done. Hope you can get an ice bath or something. You deserve it.
Thank you. He was bruising and working in the middle today. And, that's not his natural position. He's a winger. But we have Matthew, who was under the weather. He was actually throwing up yesterday. and we tell them, hey, coach, do this, put them on the side and said, you can do it, and, play there in the middle and just play your game, and we told them, like, they were going to bruise him up and everything, but, if you look at it, he won a lot of those plays in the middle, like continually harassed them and stuff, so it was just a team effort on the defensive side. We seen them play, and we know they're gonna come hard. Unfortunately, we didn't finish the chances, which is put us in this position. But yeah, we're trying. We're gonna work on that. But some of it has to do with some fatigue too coming into play. But a lot of these guys are gonna go to Movement Underground. They do a great job for us. They're in Long Island, and they're one of our sponsors, and they're awesome. And, we're going to need them now more than ever because, we're going to play Saturday and Sunday, 2 intense games coming up. Hopefully we play Sunday. We got to win Saturday. So everything is a final from here on now. And, it's just moving forward. So, but, historically it's a big moment for us, moving on to into this, into the round now, into the Lamar Hunt qualifying. And then it's unbelievable, but I think we still got more to do this season. I definitely believe in that. Yeah.
Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
Mr. President, on an incredible 4 days.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Joe. Thanks so much as well for making us part of this, Mr. President. It's been an absolute pleasure for us to be here.
Yeah, Game and Frame, yes. Shout out to you guys. I know that we never touched base before, but you guys are a class act, and I wanted to do that. My market mostly has been in the the Latino community, but I wanted other people now to start seeing us too, that we can actually play. Like we know how to play. I think anybody who's out there doubting that we don't know how to play, take some notes. We do know how to play. That's for all the haters out there who love to comment on that. We're playing. I think some guy says Special Olympics. Come and play this team. See how much special we are. All right? Thank you.
All right, Mr. President.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Have a good night. Hope you get some rest.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us here at Sousa All and Cone Complex. What a crazy ending to a massive weekend for Renegades. A massive 4 days for Renegades. Also a massive day for Game and Frame. So many games this afternoon, this evening. It's been absolutely fantastic. Well done to the whole Game and Frame team. Thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to Christopher Rendon for doing great work behind the camera and JP Zaccato for manning the iPad very well. And, we've seen history tonight. Renegades, for the first time in their history, going to US Open Cup. Their season still may have so much more to be written, but for now, it's going to be good night from me, Josh Pratt. Hope you enjoy your Sundays, everyone.